And hello and good evening, everyone. It's Don for Hangout number 4 with Coach Basics. And I know that some of you attending tonight's Hangout have not gone through or have not been going through this round of Coach Basics, but I invited everybody to attend because of the main topic we're going to discuss tonight. And it's something that I've learned a lot about in the past, call it few months. And it's this concept of starting a Facebook like page to help build your Beachbody coach business. And there's a few other items that we're going to get to as well, including the customer lead program. How do you get, as a Beachbody coach, how do you get customer leads assigned to you each and every month? We'll talk about the qualifications to get those customer leads and then what to do once you get the leads assigned to you. We're also going to talk about what to do when you sign up new coaches on your team. So as a brand new Beachbody coach, let's say you sign up your first brand new coach. What is the next thing you're going to do with that coach? And so we'll talk about that as well. But I figured that the first topic that we'll spend the most amount of time on and that we'll start with is this concept of a Facebook like page. And every coach that I talk to about this seems to give a different answer. And so then I said, okay, I'm getting so many different answers as to the concept of a like page, whether or not to do it, that I want to talk to the coaches who have done a like page and built tremendous businesses. How did they do it? And in talking to the different leaders, I learned something really profound in the past few months, and it has to do with your personal story. A story that through your Facebook like page will potentially resonate with a certain target group of people. And so what I mean by this is the fact that let me backtrack a bit and tell you what I did when I started my personal Facebook like page. I set up a Facebook like page that was basically a general health and fitness discussion group, if you will. I called it Murphy Fitness. And the purpose of Murphy Fitness was to invite people from my circle of influence to my like page where I could post daily tips on nutrition and exercise and things of that nature. And then periodically I could post an invitation to, say, one of my private support groups that would include a Beachbody program. So that was the concept. And so I started doing it like 2 years ago. And I started to put up daily posts on exercise and nutrition. And it wasn't bad. You know, it's good to do that. It wasn't bad. But I really didn't get a lot of traction with respect to people wanting to work with me more or form a relationship with me just because I was supporting them in health and fitness. And so what I started to do was look out at other like pages that Beachbody coaches have. And I found that the most successful ones were like pages that told a personal story that resonated with a specific group of people that would identify with the theme of that page. And this really became profound for me and my wife, Tammy, in the past few months, because taking this knowledge with respect to my wife, you know, and Shannon is actually part of is part of my wife's like page and has seen this journey unfold for her. My wife, Tammy, who hasn't really built her Beachbody coach business that much, like I've kind of built her business for her. Like when I signed her up right away because I thought this could become something, and it has, and we're very grateful. So I've built her business for her, and she hasn't really done much with it. But now what has happened is, as it turns out, Tammy, who's always been healthy and fit and taking care of herself, turns out she, and we've known this all along, she's been taking medication for hypothyroid since 2008. So she has a hypothyroid. And so she went to a talk recently with a doctor in New York City, and she started learning from this doctor, Stephen Giannopoulos, who is really a specialist on hypothyroid, and not only hypothyroid, but autoimmunity issues. And in the past few months, Tammy has learned so much about these concepts of hypothyroid and autoimmunity as it relates to her, that she's been so blown away by the information and how much it's helped her in terms of clean eating, that she's decided to share it with the world. Like, she wants to help other people. So Tammy's had this story unfold for her with respect to her own personal health and all the stuff that she's learning about hypothyroid and autoimmunity. And I'm going to venture to guess that a third to a half of the people viewing this presentation suffer from either a thyroid issue or some type of autoimmunity issue. It's that prevalent in society today. And this has been so eye-opening to me because, I just never was really aware of it. And it's like this whole new awareness that's unfolding in society about all these issues that people have with fatigue and weight issues and hair loss and, you name it, just these things that are affecting people and they don't understand why. Well, very often it has to do with autoimmunity. So why am I telling you all this? Well, based on all this new knowledge that unfolded for Tammy, she said, you know what, I'm going to start a like page. I want to start a page that I can help people with free information and knowledge that I'm acquiring myself. So she began this page 3 months ago, and she called it Willpower. And again, the whole purpose of this page is to help people who are dealing with hypothyroid and or autoimmunity issues. And that became the theme of the page. So that resonated with a specific audience of people who are liking the page because she's providing all this free and helpful knowledge and information. So Tammy is basically telling her story through her like page. And I want to take you to her page right now as an example of what it looks like, and then explain how this is transitioning into her Beachbody coach business and what she's planning for the future. And I just hope this will really resonate with you in terms of what's your personal story? What are the things that you've struggled with personally in your life? And it doesn't even have to be health or fitness related. Do you have anything that's personal to you that maybe isn't something that you really feel comfortable sharing, but that that if you did, it would resonate with a lot of people? Maybe it's a relationship thing that you've been through that was really, really traumatic. Or, maybe there's a special craft or hobby that you're very skilled at that would specifically target an audience of people that go, hey, I want to like this person's page and this craft or hobby that they're engaged in, and I want to learn from them. So it's not just about health and fitness when you start a like page. That's what you have to understand. It can be anything that's specifically personal to you and your story. And when you do that, such as Tammy has, let me show you her page. So let me go to a screen share here. Okay. So the name of Tammy's page is called Willpower. And there it is. So she started this page 3 months ago, and you can see there the banner. One mom's quest to share her journey and help people with symptoms associated with hypothyroidism and autoimmunity. And she started the page out and instantly had a couple hundred followers. And every day, this is another thing, if you're going to have a like page, you have to be consistent. Every day, you have to be consistent with posting something that's free and helpful to the people that are following the page. So she got a couple hundred followers. Then we said, you know what? Let's create an ad on Facebook. Let's pay for an ad that will go out to specific target audiences who would be attracted to this type of page. So when you create a like page, you can put in a specific amount of money that you're willing to spend each day on Facebook so that the page is marketed to the specific target audiences that you're trying to get your message to or to get your page to. So in Tammy's instance, we created this ad and she said, I'll spend up to $5 a day. And with that, she targeted specific groups. Like when you set up a like page and you boost it through an ad on Facebook, it'll actually allow you to put in specific target audiences in the search engine. Like she put in obesity, weight loss, thyroid. I mean, she had like 12 different target groups that she identified as her audience, and that's where her page is being boosted to. So she spent up to $5 a day doing that, and she's still doing that. But in 3 months, she now has 5,527 people liking her page, many of whom are following this page because she's been so consistent every day with providing free and helpful information in this arena, and it's helping people. So as you can see, just to give you an example, Tammy posted this morning. First thing in the morning when she's going to work, she puts up her post for the day. And this was the post. This reached, check this out, this reached 3,498 people in the past 12 hours. It's been liked by 118 people. 70 of them have shared this information on their own page. And look at the comments that have come in today from her page. So tired of being tired or overweight. I don't know about the second one, but I am on meds for low thyroid. Just got dose bumped to 75 milligrams. It just goes on and on. Hypo, I totally agree. People are pouring their personal story onto the page and explaining their issues with weight and thyroid and all these things that they need help with. So what's happening now is Tammy has this massive following of people that have come through this like page, and she has started running clean eating support groups for free. She had her first one that just ended yesterday. She ran a 5-day clean eating support group using what they call, what is known as the autoimmune protocol. It's basically a clean eating plan, okay, that's been endorsed by many specialists, including the one Tammy's working with, in terms of foods to avoid and foods to consume that combat autoimmunity and reduce inflammation. And so what she did is Tammy put out a post on this like page a couple of weeks ago saying, hey everyone, I'm going to start a 5-day clean eating support group for anybody wanting to reduce their symptoms relating to thyroidism or autoimmunity. Message me if you're interested. She had 30 people in her first group, most of whom she did not know at all. Okay, and so if I take you to her clean eating group, again, it ended yesterday. This was her 5-day clean eating challenge with Tammy. Okay, and you can see, and Shannon was in the group. It was fantastic. She was very, very active. You can see people posted, and Tammy had like a little daily challenge for people to do, and people posted the meals they were eating. Some posted the activities they were doing. Like yesterday was the final day. She called it Move It Monday. So put up a post that's just giving some idea of what you're doing for exercise or recreation, something that you do to move your body. Nothing having to do with Beachbody. There's nothing having to do with the exercise programs. There's nothing having to do with Shakeology so far. Okay, all she's doing, I'll show you, this was a post that this woman put up. Here.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. This is Sherry. Okay, so I'm taking Tammy's challenge. It's Move It Monday. I'm actually out here walking my dog on this really, really beautiful Monday, and the goal today is 10,000 steps. So we'll see how we do. Make it an amazing day, everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you. Bye-bye.
Cool. And so not everybody, I want to make a point here, not everybody in the group participated. Like people get excited and they see an invitation to join something. They're like, me, sign me up. They sign up and they don't really do anything. And so it makes, so what are Tammy and I doing? We're stepping back and saying, okay, what could she have done differently to make it more engaging? How could we have had more people posting, closer to the 30 that were in there? and we'll work on that. But the whole point here, guys, is that Tammy has started building relationships with these people with free and helpful support via nutrition to start helping them feel better. And that was our goal, to help people feel better. Not talk about Shakeology, not start them on exercise programs. The sole purpose is to start helping people for free and forming relationships. So what has Tammy been doing? She's been privately messaging some of the participants, learning about them, forming more of a personal relationship with them. And it's amazing to see this process unfold because it's the first time that we've actually been doing it. And after we started doing this, and starting to talk to some of the upline big coach leaders that have huge organizations, this is how they build their businesses. You're just trying to help people. You're not trying to endorse and promote Beachbody products. So I'm going to take you to another like page. And, I, with all due respect to the person that invited me to this like page today, I get invited to a lot of like pages of different coaches when they start them. And I like them, just to be supportive. I'll like them. I'm not always following them because I'm in a lot of them, but I'll like them. And I looked at this one this morning. I was invited this morning to like this page. And so let me find the invitation to it. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. So Lynn invited me to like her page. Lynn Holt, NASM, certified personal trainer, health and wellness coach. Okay, it's a nice looking page. It really is, and it says, Shakeology is now clinically proven to help you do all these wonderful things. It says Lynn Holt, NASM, certified personal trainer and health and wellness coach. This is kind of how I tried to do my page. I didn't have a Shakeology banner, but I had information about me and my professional fitness life. And it was basically saying, personal coach to help you achieve your fitness goals. That was what my page was about. And what's happening is this concept, what you're looking at right now, is everywhere. Like there's thousands and thousands of pages like this now. Everybody's a health and fitness coach. So when you do something like this, unless you really have a tremendous circle of influence and people that know you to be a really awesome leader in fitness, I would not go down this path. People aren't going to, she'll get some followers, but, and again, I say this with all due respect, the like pages that get a lot of traction and followers are the ones that tell your story. They're the ones that you have a personal connection to, like Tammy does with autoimmunity and hypothyroid. I had this conversation with, she's not on the call now. I think she's going to be listening to the recording, but Lisa Falkers, who has achieved Success Club starters. She's just started off really, really well as a coach. She started a like page. She asked me to look at it, and I looked at it, and it was just a general, she's a group fitness instructor, so she had, just a general health and fitness motivation page. And it's all well and good. It really is. And I said that to her. I said, but Lisa, you know what? If you really want to go to that place of attracting a lot of people and inspiring thousands, you got to tell your story. And the reason I told her that is because Lisa is a cancer survivor. She has a really intense cancer survivor story. And it was through her fitness and her pursuit of nutrition and doing all the right things that helped her get her life back. And I said, that's your story. That's what you want your like page to be. Something on cancer survivors. There's a lot of people out there that have cancer that would love some support and inspiration and help. So maybe you can be that person. And so that's what I want you to think about. If you're going to start a like page, who are you personally? What is it that makes you unique, or what personal struggles have you faced in your life that if you're willing to share, people are going to resonate with you. They're going to connect with you on a deeper level. That's what successful coaches are doing. So when you think about who you are personally, don't just throw the net out there to the entire world to say, I can help you. I'm a health and fitness coach. Well, guess what? There's a million of them out there. Why you? Why should I follow you and like you? Tell me something about you that's going to resonate with me. If you're somebody that's had a really awesome weight loss story, or maybe you're in the process of going through your personal weight loss story, you better have before and after pictures up there telling your story and how you're doing it and how you're committed to leading a healthy, fulfilling life, because you're not going to go back to the person that you were a year ago or 2 years ago or whenever it was that you were at your heaviest weight, and how horrible you felt when you were there. And you tell people in your like page how horrible you felt and that you want to help people never be in that place because you know how it feels. When you can get that message out to people, they're going to connect with you, and they're going to want to follow you and listen to you because you've been in their shoes and now you're going to that healthy place. Wow, help me do what you're doing. That's how you get to them. Okay, and as long as you just keep that framework in your mind of, I just want to help people. It's not about pitching Beachbody programs and products. That comes after you have formed a relationship with somebody in a way that they like you, they trust you, and now you say, you know what? I'd like to invite you to a private support group that I'm putting together through exercise and nutrition, and you got me as your free personal coach. You do that after you have formed your relationships. So I hope that makes a lot of sense to you, because I'm seeing firsthand right now how Tammy, I told her this the other day. I said, I would venture to guess that you're going to pass me as a Beachbody coach in the future. I really think that she has that type of story unfolding right now. So much so that, you know what, guys, Tammy makes a 6-figure income in the financial world of New York City. And we're on the brink of deciding to get her out. Well, we know we're going to get her out, but it's just a matter of how quickly we can make it happen, because she is ready to take this on full steam ahead. It's almost like she's found her calling. And that's a really cool thing to see unfold. So put yourself into that place of, who would I resonate with and what's my story? Tell it through your like page. All right. I hope that is helpful. And what I'm going to do right now, before I go to the other topics, is just break it, because I know there are some people here who are not in this round of Coach Basics that specifically attended the Hangout to hear this concept of starting a like page. And so I just want to open it up to any questions or things that people might want to comment on with everything that we've said so far. And Kim, I know you're here, and I know you had some questions around this, and it was actually, I thank you, by the way, for putting that question up on the team page the other day, because that's when I was like, you know what, there's so many people asking about this. I just want to share what I know about it now.
Yeah. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question, I guess, is I understand the like pages, but then there's also the private groups, and that's what I originally had started with, because that's what my coach started with. Mm-hmm. And I love the dynamic in my private group, and I feel like people can post things there that they can't necessarily post on a like page, because everybody sees what you post on a like page. Yeah. Or the like page is a little bit more public. So do you have your own personal group as well? Or I know we do them for challenge groups, but basically I have a women's only private group, and I feel like people are a lot more comfortable, and they also see notifications differently than a like page, because they pop up in your news, like that section on not just news feed, but that side section.
Yeah. So Okay, so, were you here for the whole meeting, or did you come in late?
I came in late, so did I miss that?
Did you miss it? Everybody's like,
If I miss it, you know what? I will listen to it tomorrow. If you already talked about it, I'll listen
did
to it
you
tomorrow.
did you see Tammy's like page, my wife's?
Yep.
Okay, so to answer your question, the like page is definitely more of a public forum,
Yeah.
but it's an opportunity for you to share your story
Right.
and not just be, oh, I'm a health and fitness coach and I can help you achieve your goals. It's kind of like, well, okay, there's a million of them out there now. So why you? What is your story?
So I do actually share. That's what I do in my private group is I share my story. I share my pictures. I share it in a private setting.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you, because you have a story, I know you do. And so with your story, you will attract many, many more followers who will want to go into the private group.
Yeah.
If you share your story on your like page, like your like page is your vehicle to attract followers.
Okay.
And then from there, you're putting up an invitation to take them into your private group.
Okay.
Where they can feel more comfortable and private in posting as well. See, when you have a like page, nobody can post on that page but you. People can respond to your comments.
Okay.
But in terms of the main page itself, you're the one that can only post. But when you have a group, a private group, that's when others can put in all their personal stuff and just let it all fly.
Yeah, because I love the dynamic in my personal group. People post questions and just all sort of recipes, whatever. But like it's different than a like page. So the other question is with a like page, because one thing that I'm trying to avoid too is everybody's got those Beachbody Coach spammers that blow up your newsfeed and annoy the heck out of you. So with a like page, if I start posting stuff to a like page, will my friends see it or only if they like the page?
Only if they like the page.
Okay. Because I don't want people, I do have my story and I'm fine with the world seeing it, but I don't want people to think I'm just another annoying Beachbody coach. I want them to actually see, like my personal group, I talk about my story and I throw in, challenge groups here and there, but I don't bombard it with Beachbody stuff.
Yeah, and you don't on the like page either. Like the like page, and again, every different coaches will tell you different things, but the way I'm seeing it and understanding it and how Tammy and I are going about it is that your like page is simply to provide free and helpful information.
Okay.
Not only through your story, but it's kind of like you're just sharing things that have helped you in your journey to get healthier and more fit without soliciting Beachbody programs and products. It's just sharing free and helpful information. But the fact that you can throw a before and after photo in that banner on your like page, you're going to go, wow, look at this girl. And so if you take your like page, have you ever run an ad?
Yeah, I did. And I got I have like a little over 100 followers just from like an ad, but I have a like page hanging out there, but I haven't done much with it because my group is so successful.
Awesome. So, but how are you getting people added to your group? Where are you getting the people to add to your group besides your circle of influence? How are you getting more people? I
meet people out and about. I ask them if they'll be my friend. I ask them if I can add them to my group. Awesome. I go on Facebook and I scroll through. If a friend posts, I don't know, a recipe and all these people like it, then I message those people that have commented on it and say, hey, I know you're friends with Don. I saw you were engaging with him on this recipe. I actually have a page dedicated to recipes and blah, 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 blah. And it's actually, there's a lot of moms. It's women only, a lot of moms. Yeah. And that's my market. And so if I see somebody that, like the other day, I just saw somebody post a picture with a girl from high school and her son. And I wrote her a message and friended her and said, hey, I didn't realize you had a son. I'd love to include you in my group. Would you like to be in it? So I go about it that way. I just look for people that would be part of
absolutely
and attracting. And I send them personal messages and go from there. Which
is great. So you've got that whole way of connecting to people. And then what Tammy is finding is that with her like page, she runs an ad of no more than $5 a day. And in 3 months, she's at 5,400 likes.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just incredible to me because she's been so consistent with her daily posting, she's getting private messages now. She's getting people saying, thank you so much. This has been so helpful. And so she's just got this feeder system of people that are connecting to her and saying, I want help.
Yeah.
And then she can add them to whatever groups she decides to do moving forward. And that's what we're strategizing now.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right?
and I guess I haven't done enough with it to even realize that other people can't post other than commenting. So that's good to know too, that that's more of a way to pull people in. And then, because I want people to be in the private group is really where people feel comfortable sharing.
And that's where the real results happen.
Right.
The like page is simply just a way of forming relationships, getting people who, when somebody likes your page, you then have, every day, like you're doing right now, the people that are liking your page, you could go to their Facebook page and be like, oh, I noticed your dog. I'm an animal lover. It's just a way of establishing connection. You just have that many more people filling your funnel.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I know that the like page is ultimately kind of where you get the broader, bigger, not broader, I guess, but the larger audience.
Correct. And then from the larger audience, you can invite into a smaller private group.
Yeah.
We're really going to go for it using an effective exercise program coupled with Shakeology. And with some people have said, well, do you make it mandatory to drink Shakeology? Some of the biggest coaches, they make it a requirement. If you're going to be in the challenge group, you're drinking Shakeology. That's
another question I have, because I don't, because I respect, a lot of the moms I work with are stay-at-home moms. They don't have a lot of money, and I want them to be successful. Yeah. I let people in my challenge groups that already own the programs, and then I encourage them to switch to me. But I don't want to turn somebody away because they can't afford $180 or they can't figure out a way to afford $180. The thing is, at the end of the day, most of those people end up buying Shakeology later anyway.
Right.
So, but I don't require that. But it's interesting because you listen to a lot of the wake-up calls, and a lot of higher-up coaches say it's non-negotiable. You get the challenge pack or you're not in my challenge group.
I know, and I think that's a bit harsh too. I think what you're doing is the right path to say, look, you're more than welcome. I'll give you the support, because in the course of running the group, they're going to see people that are loving Shakeology and sharing and posting about it. And it just kind of, like you said, it naturally transitions them to become future customers anyway.
Right. And ultimately, I want to help people, even if they don't buy anything from me.
That's it. That's the right attitude. Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks.
Yep.
Does anyone have anything else they want to add or chime in on like pages? Good. All right. Fantastic. So I will now jump to, the other bullets that I wanted to cover tonight, and then kind of bring this round of Coach Basics to a wrap. And again, if you just came for this part of the presentation, there's no disrespect if you have to part ways. So let's talk a little bit about the customer lead program. And I know even for existing coaches, wow, congratulations, Kim. First time talking on a Zoom call. So the customer lead program. Now, this has been something that's been a really, really powerful part of the Team Beachbody network for several years. And just to give you an understanding of the way it works, Beachbody, as we all know, is an infomercial giant. They have the top rated infomercials on TV. They get thousands upon thousands of new customers every week. And what happens when people buy their programs as a result of the infomercials or any other marketing that they might see, during the checkout process, when they're buying their programs through Beachbody's toll-free number or the Beachbody website, if they're not buying from a coach, during the checkout process, Beachbody asks the customer, would you like a free coach? And most of those customers are going to say, well, yeah, I'll take a free coach. And when they do that, all of those thousands of customers are randomly assigned to any of the qualified coaches in the network. So as it stands right now, Beachbody is getting an average of 25 to roughly 40,000, 25,000 to 40,000 new customers per week. Again, they are randomly being assigned to any of the qualified coaches in the network. So the question is, how do I become a qualified coach? So there's two things. Number one, you have to be an Emerald coach. So we all know what that means by now. You have to personally sponsor 2 active coaches, one on your right leg, one on your left leg. It used to be that's all you needed, was to become an Emerald coach. You got to do a couple administrative things. You got to make sure you have your profile written on your website. You have your before picture. You have your profile picture. Just simple administrative stuff. That's easy. And it used to be that's all you needed to start receiving free customer leads. Well, because there are so many coaches now in the network who are at the rank of Emerald, they decided to make the qualification more stringent. And a lot of coaches were like, oh, this is really a bummer because now I'm an Emerald coach and the customer leads are being cut off to me because I didn't achieve the other qualification. And my response to that was, well, think of it this way. When you do achieve the other qualification, you're going to get that many more customer leads. So now you've got all those customer leads being fed to fewer number of coaches, because the second criteria now for you to get free customer leads is that you have to hit Success Club 5. So when you hit Success Club 5 and you're at the rank of Emerald and you've done the administrative things like your profile picture and your bio on your website, then you start getting the free customer leads. Beyond that, there are some customers that are so valuable that when they're assigned to you, you instantly start getting commission. Those are your Shakeology Home Direct customers. So sometimes people will just they learn about Shakeology, they just go to the website and they buy Shakeology on Home Direct. Well, guess what? Those customers are being assigned to coaches. For you to get those customer leads, you got to be at Success Club 10 and also at the rank of Emerald. All right. And for you to understand all of these qualifications entirely, let me just go to another screen share real quick. Got to log into my office here. Okay. If you go to My Business and you go to My Business, My Lead Program Qualification. So here, Lead Wheel Program Qualification. So again, when you log into your back office, you go to My Business and then My Lead Program Qualification. That'll take you to this page. And here you can find all the information you need on qualifying for the lead programs. Okay, you can even go to here, it's called FAQ 1642. This is the updated version. This was April 1st qualification changes. So this just happened, all these new changes. So you want to go to this site in your back office so that you understand how to get the customer leads, what you have to do to qualify. And why this is so important from the perspective of being a successful coach is that not only do you have now the customers that you're acquiring through all the things that we've talked about, you're inviting your Facebook like page if you have one, all these things that we've talked about, Beachbody will give you free customer leads. These are people that have already bought an exercise program or they've just signed up for the free Team Beachbody Club. Some people just sign up for the free Team Beachbody Club because they can get free information on nutrition and chat rooms and so forth. And those customers that aren't buying anything yet get assigned to coaches. So the successful coaches will send out a communication or a contact to their customer leads to introduce themselves. So Beachbody isn't requiring that you as a coach, let's say you start getting customer leads. They don't require that you do anything. Like they're not going to follow up with you and make sure that you contacted your customer leads. But it's in your best interest to contact them. And it's simply sending an introductory message to them such as, hi Pam, my name's Don Murphy, your free Beachbody coach. My job is to help you and support you in the achievement of your health and fitness goals. I would love to learn more about what you're trying to achieve. What's the best way to reach you? Text, email, or phone. I look forward to hearing from you. It's just a simple introductory message, introducing yourself, and hopefully you get a response. Now, I'll let you know that a lot of times the customer leads won't respond. So it doesn't mean you give up after the first introductory message. You follow up and you follow up and you do it in a systematic way. And what I'm going to be sharing on the Coach Basics page is a document. I'm going to share a document from 2 coaches in the network that have built tremendous businesses simply by working the customer leads. Okay, and I'll share their sample email templates, and I'll share their follow-up emails that they send in a way that's not salesy, they're just offering help and support. So I'll share that document so you have an understanding of how to approach your customer leads once you start receiving them. And the cool part about it, guys, is that whenever they buy another program in the future, because they're assigned to you, you're getting the commission. So these are people that are looking for help and support. You as a coach can offer that help and support. You can even invite them to your challenge groups. You know, it's just form the relationship. It's all you're doing, forming relationships and offering help. And we do it with our challenge groups. Okay, so that's the customer lead program. Let me stop the share. Does anybody have any questions on that? Shannon, did I miss anything there? That here, hold on. No, you good? Thumbs up? All right. Because sometimes technically I know I can get a little wrong. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions or anything on the lead programs or anything they want to add? We good on that? Cool. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
The new lead qualifications, they said live this month? Like, is it, if we got SC10 last month, or do we only need SC5 last month for this month to be getting?
If you got SC5 last month, then,
like, is this month?
actually, no, yeah, this month is still in the old system. Is that right,
Okay.
Shannon? It goes into effect starting in May. Yeah, so all these new qualifications go into effect starting in May. So in other words, if you're an Emerald coach and you don't hit Success Club 5 this month, you're not getting any customer leads in May.
Okay, and my question, because I had SC10 last month and I'm shooting for SC10 again this month. I should get it.
That's
so my
awesome,
goal, yeah, so that my goal is SC10 every month, but I just wanted to make sure that it was for next month.
It is.
Because I'm expecting a boom in leads as a result, and I haven't seen a boom in leads.
You're gonna see, especially if you're at SC10.
Yeah.
You're gonna see like a tremendous increase in leads.
Okay. Yeah. So that was what I was expecting, and I didn't see it this month. So that's why I wanted to verify that it. Yeah. So it's awesome because
it's awesome.
Really
I mean, just all those Shakeology HD customers that get assigned to you. It's like that's just free money in the bank.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You know, all the more reason, guys, to be hitting Success Club and the rank of Emerald. It's just they're giving you income.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I made hundreds of dollars off of people that I would have never otherwise. I mean, I guess potentially through Facebook I would have found them, but probably not.
Probably not, though. That's the thing. And even better, here's some, just to give you true stories. Josh Spencer, he's a big time coach. One of his customer leads was a guy who bought P90X. So Josh reached out to him, introduced himself, formed a bit of a relationship. That guy turned out to be Wayne Wyatt. Wayne Wyatt went on to become the top coach of the year for 2013 and 2012. I'm sorry, for 2011 and 2012. Like, what that guy did with his business was just mind-blowing. And that was somebody that Josh Spencer got through the lead program, followed up, formed the relationship, and explained the coach opportunity to Wayne. So don't take for granted those leads. I'll tell you another story. Greg Plaskett, who most of you know, Greg Plaskett founded Team Eternal Fit. He and I are close. He's part of our upline. And Greg, he shared a text a few weeks ago. Greg bought P90X. He was a customer. He was assigned to a coach. That coach followed up with Greg and connected with him and, said, how you doing with your P90X? I'm here to help and support you. And Greg responded saying, good, thanks. Appreciate it. And then the guy followed up again and explained a little bit about the coach opportunity to Greg. And Greg responded, sounds cool, but I'm not interested right now. Maybe another time. The guy never followed up with him again. Somebody else approached Greg about the coach opportunity, and Greg left that coach that he was assigned to and went with the other person. And so, you get the picture. Like, these people that are being assigned to you could become the next 15-star diamonds in the network, and you would personally sponsor them.
What's your best? I've tried email, text, Facebook. Like, have you found that one method? I know the thing that you posted. Yeah, I think you posted it yesterday. Said try all of them, and then people will respond in the way that works best for them. But do you have a method that works best for you in terms text? Okay.
Text has been my best way, and then text, and then followed by email, and then I'll even make a phone call. If I have the number, I'll make a phone call.
Okay. And what do you say when you make the text? Just, hey,
I can send it to you. It's hi, hey Kim, my name's Don Murphy, your free Beachbody coach. My job is to help and support you in the achievement of your health and fitness goals. Would love to learn more about what you're interested in achieving. Look forward to hearing from you.
Okay. Okay.
And I know Shannon Price has a phenomenal email. It's a bit lengthier. It's a message she shared. You put it on the team page the other day, didn't you, Shannon? Yeah. So if you go back, and maybe she can post it again, it's a really nicely written email.
Okay.
A bit longer, but it's just saying, I'm here to help you and support you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. All right. And like I said, guys, a lot of the customers, they don't respond. And, don't take it personal. It's just the nature of the way this is. They're getting a message from somebody that they don't know. And it doesn't mean you give up on them. It means that you can systematically follow up with them. And when you follow up with them properly, a lot of times you're going to finally get that response. I mean, Nicole Jones has this email series, and it'll be in that document I share, where the last email she sends is something like, I don't mean to be a stalker. And it's kind of like that final attempt to say, I'm here for you if you need me. And very often, she said, people respond to that one saying, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to be avoiding you. I've just been busy, and thanks so much for reaching out. And then from there, the dialogue begins. Okay. All right. The last thing before, we kind of wrap it up, and this doesn't mean it's the end of Coach Basics, guys. There's still more posts that are going to follow on the page. This is just the final hangout, but there will be more information on how to start a fit club. If you're wondering what a fit club is basically a community-based live workout that you can invite people to. You put one of the Beachbody workouts on the TV, and everybody exercises together. You can do it in your basement. You can do it in town hall, your local church, wherever you can get hold of some space and say, hey guys, I'm putting together a little local fit club using some really awesome exercise programs. And then we've got this really awesome nutrition shake that I'm going to share afterwards. Would love to invite you. There's a whole invitation process for fit clubs, and there's a lot of do's and don'ts. And so that information is going to be shared again on the page. If you want to go for it, fit clubs are a great way to also be building your business. Claudia, Kim, I know, has just been phenomenal. I mean, her fit club just blew up in Connecticut in the past year or so.
And she does them at her house. Where do other people do them?
Oh, everywhere. Church, town hall, your local banquet hall, hotel conference room. I mean, just anywhere in town where you can secure a spot, maybe work out some kind of arrangement with whoever owns it.
Okay, cool. And then you just say free workout, and you plop up the DVD on a projector.
That's it, once a week. And, it has a whole kind of a list of things to remember when you're doing a fit club. Like, you don't want to go in there blind, like, oh, I think I got everything. But no, there's a whole bullet point checklist of things to remember. And
she makes it like a shake and share too, right?
That's what you want to do. You want the people to enjoy a Beachbody workout together.
Uh-huh.
You've got that community-based peer support.
Yeah.
And, there's something to be said. When people are exercising together, we call that group fitness.
Mm-hmm. And
group fitness is where there's just a feeling that comes over you when you're sweating with others and exercising. Well, after the workout, it becomes more of a social thing, and you have some Shakeology samples with education and literature on how much it's going to help people achieve their goals. And it's a very soft way of just getting people involved in the programs.
Okay, cool.
Stuff to think about.
Thank you.
The big point to keep in mind as you move forward with your business is, you are an entrepreneur, and there's a mindset you want to have. And it's all about knowing that you can do this. And I've learned so much already from these upline big leaders that are doing this. It starts with Diamond Group. Some of the education that they're putting out there is really, really deep. And it's this whole thing about, your mindset when it comes to whether or not you succeed. If you don't succeed in hitting Success Club consistently, or maybe you're having a bad month, or maybe you can't get any customers starting out, it's not the system's fault. It's not the fault of your upline sponsoring coach. It's not the fault of Beachbody. It's on you. And it's on you because you're doing something that's not working, and that's called failing. And the successful coaches will not just say, this sucks, I'm not meant to do this, I give up. They will take a step back and go, okay, well, what have I done so far that's not working? And what or how should I change my approach? And it's getting back on the horse and going forward again. And guess what? That probably won't work either. And I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here, but it's just the reality of the business for a lot of coaches that when you start out, you're going to fail. And you're going to either give up and throw in the towel and say, this wasn't meant for me, or you're going to say, no, I know I can do this because thousands of other coaches right now have six-figure incomes doing this. And many of them started in the same shoes as you. There is no perfect starting place for a Beachbody coach. It has nothing to do with how you look or how much you weigh or how old you are, whether or not you're a guy or whether or not you're a girl. There is an approach to this business that you can do. You just got to identify what it is that's going to work for you based on the shoes that you're in. And so if what you're doing is not working, you stop, you step back, and you go, I got to change my approach. So if something's not working for you, it's up to you to reach out and say, I need help, rather than close the book and get frustrated. That's why this team is really cool. And it's not just Team Euphoria. It's all the other teams that are part of it. It's the teams that are above us and the entire network. I've just been amazed by the level of cooperation and information and education sharing that coaches are willing to give to new coaches to learn from. And for you not to plug into these education opportunities that are put out there, you're doing yourself an injustice. Self-development is a huge part of this business. I didn't know anything about this business when I got involved with it. And now I'm just completely amazed by what I know. And I'm still learning every day. Every day when I'm driving in my car, I'm listening to another coach leader on YouTube or through a conference call that's been recorded. It's all I do when I drive is I just listen to how these leaders have done what they're doing. And so you have all of that at your fingertips, and it's just a matter of engaging in that every day and learning. And it's not only you, okay? It's also, big point here, it's also the new coaches that you might sign up. When you sign up a coach and you don't plug them into the team, you're doing them an injustice. So when you sign up a coach, you have to have a system in place where you say, okay, I signed somebody up, I'm plugging them into the team page, I'm sending them my own personal welcome document. Yeah, you signed them up. You signed them up into your business, not somebody else's business. So you have now become a mentor for this new person. And if you don't know how to do it, I understand, like you might be a new coach. You sign somebody up and you're a new coach. Well, guess what? Now you're both new. So certainly you're going to say, hey, look, I just know we're in the right business together, but we're still plugged into the upline for our education. So that's what your upline is there for. But think, if you were in their shoes, are they getting the help and support that they need? And it's your job to make sure that they are. Because if you leave them out there floundering, guess what? Your business goes nowhere. You want to get people involved in this business that are so inspired, they want the education. They want to build an organization. That's what will lead to your financial freedom. That's the beauty of the business. If you're in this to build financial freedom, time freedom, the ability to walk away from your other job, you have to build an organization of other leaders. So it's just identifying who are the people that would love this opportunity. And when it comes to sharing the coach opportunity, if you're new at it, it's probably not something you should do right away. But if you know somebody that would be interested in this, you want to use a third-party tool. You want to use a recorded presentation. You want to tap into your upline to set up a 3-way conference call. You know, I'll get on a phone call any day of the week, any time of the day with any one of you who wants to get somebody on the phone with us. I love doing it. So, you know, you share this opportunity with those that you think it would help. And it's not just about it would help because of the fact they're going to drink Shakeology and do an exercise program. That's not what they're signing up for. When people become Beachbody coaches, they're signing up for something bigger and more personal. It's something resonating deep down that they want to change in their life. So you got to think along these lines when you're talking to people about the opportunity. It's not about, well, we get 25% commission when we sell these great exercise programs. Park that stuff. Let's talk about, what do you want to be doing with your career for the rest of your life? You know, are you happy in your current job? You plan on doing it for the rest of your life? Do you feel you're going to have a great retirement and have the ability to send your kids to college and take vacations when you want? You know, is your job affording you that opportunity? Are you going to have time freedom to go on vacation whenever you want and spend as much time as you want with your kids? This is what this opportunity provides. So that's the kind of language you want to be using when you're talking to people. And then you get into the smaller details through a third-party tool. You know, so if you have any questions about how to share the coach opportunity, and again, I'll be putting more of that up through the rest of Coach Basics, please reach out. But that's what you want to do, to really go to that place where you start pinching yourself in a few years going, I cannot believe this is happening to me. It's a really, really cool feeling. All right. That's all I have, guys. Does anyone else have anything they want to add or ask? You know, and I know some of you're off on a really good start, and it's great to see. And I'm confident you're going to see a lot of exciting things in the future. Just stay consistent in everything you're doing. Those vital behaviors, they're critical. Shannon, anything that you want to add? I mean, you're always a rock star. Hold on. Let me give you an unmute. You know, Shannon Price, guys, is a diamond coach on our team. And hold on, let me just unmute you. I kid you not when I say this, I call her the most helpful coach I know in the entire network. She's just there to help when people need help, no matter if you're in her downline or not. She's just the best team player I think we have.
It's just that you just don't need to struggle. You don't need to struggle like we did. Right? I mean, you don't need to struggle. I've been a diamond coach for like 2 years, you know, and like, I'm fine with that because my income is okay. My income is good, but
yeah,
it's something you don't need to struggle with it. When we started, we didn't know anything and no one helped us.
Yeah.
And our Coach Basics training was in the back office, and it was just it was like a multiple choice question thing, or remember that?
Yeah.
We didn't learn anything from it particularly, but what I found out is that you don't do it on your own, because we didn't know whether we just tried everything we knew what to do. And excuse me, doing it on your own is not going to work.
Mm-mm.
So you have success partners, you can have more than one, you have your whole team that you can check with, ask questions. We're always there. We'll find you an answer.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's a great point. We didn't have the resources that exist now. So for new coaches that are coming in, man, there's just such great streamlined training. It's just a matter of tapping into it and learning from it, and then implementing it yourself.
Yeah, there's so much training now. I can't even imagine where we'd be if we had that when we started.
I know. It's amazing. Kim, you just hit diamond, didn't you?
Yeah. Like a month ago, maybe.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. So now now I got to work on not only developing my relationships with customers, but my team. So
Exactly. You've gone to the rank of leadership, and Allison has also hit diamond as of last week. Awesome. So that's a big milestone in your business, getting to that point. And I have no doubt that everybody here can do it. So with that, guys, we can part ways, and the education post will continue till day 30. But please, and I say this every time, you can reach out to me with a private message whenever you want. If you want to get on the phone and spend time on the phone talking about your personal challenges or where you're at in your business and where you'd like to go in the future, I would love to get to know you more and help with whatever input I could provide.
And you know what else? We'll help you find a brand for yourself.
Yeah.
Like the brand for me is anti-aging and over 55, and stuff like that. That's, and so you do what is you, and you brand yourself, and people will come to you.
You're not over 55, are you?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Holy cow.
But I know all the anti-aging things, and it has to do with women and weightlifting. So
it all has to do with Shakeology. It's Shakeology.
It's Shakeology. You know what? And that's food. Shakeology, nutrition, and lifting weight, people. It's going to anti-age everybody on the planet.
You're right, Shannon. I agree.
I've done it my whole life.
That's awesome.
Well, I've only done Shakeology for 3 years.
All right, guys. So if there's nothing else, have a good night, and I'm sure we'll be crossing paths again soon. And please, final note: go to Summit. Go to Summit. Go to Summit.
Yeah.
Go to Summit. It'll change your business forever. All right.
Who's going to Summit? Who's going?
We got a lot. I think there's quite a few people going this year.
Excellent.
Yeah. And it's not too late to raise your hand. You can still go to Summit. Book
That's right.
the trip and make it happen. I promise it'll change everything for you. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. We'll see you.